Okay, guys, I did 8 minutes without the audio because it was on mute from this morning. So let me recap very fast. So on gold, we are in this high time frame on the block. Well, it was expected. We were expecting from the morning high time frame consolidation range until we get more clear reports, which is NFP and jobless claims and unemployment rate. I was expecting a double bottom continuation up. What we got is that was a down deep below this huge demand area and then continuation up with safe buys, medium risk buys, as you can see here, above 1749, risk carry reward for under 70 pips, above 1751, under 40 pips, and safer buys above 59, which gave you 60 pips at least. There you go, this is it, blah, blah, blah. This. Okay, so what I was telling about gold is that from London, we took advantage of the dollar strength. We got double bottom and rejection here when price didn't close above the previous lows, and we got back to the very huge demand area 1747. I'm trying to understand, it's the same area, okay? Just a little bit below, you see multiple rejection here, but there's not enough strength to break below again. Yes, we see some rejection here, but there's not enough momentum for price to continue bearish, not now. So what we see is a and body support exactly at 1749-ish for high risk reward entries, clean break and retest above 1751, medium risk buys. And as you can see, when we create a flat candle, multiple rejections in New York at this previous PSA 1744-54, we have a nice bounce. Again, after the news and report, we see price never breaking below 1756 and just trading away and making a new high at 1764. Huge rejection, huge sell-off. Doing this was, I was saying that this is exactly this bullish candle is the 5 on this one was this one 5 p.m. which is the London close, as you can see exactly this candle, this one, which means that makes a top wick and then continuation down, and then after that bouncing again from this PSA, rejecting exactly the same area and ending up the day in an hour and a half. No expecting that we are just now very slowly breaking above 1764, but I'm not expecting anything particular to happen. So it was like this. Okay, and I wanted to point it out that this range with multiple taps, I was watching it, and this 25 range, pips range, it's not like small. You can have with the small spread that was in this during the New York session, you could have also scalp really fast over there. So now the audio is recording, so that's good. We jump in Bitcoin. No, we jump into EuroDollar first, which follows the main bias. It's just slightly different because it doesn't really follow what gold does, because euro is a currency. It's not like a precious metal like gold. So starting in the morning, so we have the same report, same news. Also, we have the retail sales for the Eurozone, but in this moment, it's the euro that is king above the euro. It's the dollar that is king above the euro. And as you can see, we were expecting a bounce from 1.1589, which not happened, but only happened at the close of the candle. I don't actually remember when I made the screen, but as you can see, we were expecting sells, and the sells played out perfectly, taking advantage of the full dollar strength up until the late New York session for 54 pips, which is a lot on a currency. As you can see, what happened here was taking advantage of, look at this movement, and look here, look at this movement. So if we start at 8, okay, and we start at 8, okay, you see price is moving very, very bearish, bouncing from the PSA with safer sells below. Look at the break and retest exactly of the PSA, and then just melting, just melting, making a double bottom, and then continuation up. This is exactly the reverse, exactly the opposite, as you can see. That's why, as whatever, look at this spike, look at this spike here. This is what exactly I was telling you of the dollar being the king over the euro. We also had some retail sales data here, but didn't impact at all. That's because the dollar was so strong today that really didn't really matter the euro news and the eurozone reports. So as you can see, coming from this PSA, that was the PSA of the sells, you see multiple rejections, you see price breaking below here, this previous PSA, and you can take multiple sells even below here, just taking advantage. As you can see, you can enter every pullback because the bias is so bearish. It is so easy to trade, as you can see here. Break and retest, pullback, break and retest, pullback, break and retest, pullback. So every entry was possible. We have a double bottom here because late New York we had some minor pullbacks on the dollar. These huge PSAs, of course, have a role, as you can see here, causing some reactions exactly at these price points, exactly here. What is interesting about a currency pair is that it moves much cleaner and in a much predictable way than gold. Look here, look, we are in this range, some spike up and down, and then just chugging away with dollar weakness. Like on gold, we are seeing price going above 1764. As you can see, it's very, very, very much clearer than trading gold. Look at these ranges. And now, as you can see, let's jump on the 5-minute for the dollar, which is much clearer. As you can see, dollar is weakening, is going below this PSA. That's exactly the reason why dollar euro is bouncing back up. Dollar gold is bouncing back up above 1764, and that's it. And this, as you can see, I was actually expecting dollar to range between these levels until tomorrow and Friday, but instead we got a very strong bullish action, as you can see. But we reacted at this PSA on the left hand side, this previous highs, we reacted on the dot, and we bounced back down. We might even get a pullback, and tomorrow with some good news and reports, bounce back up. But let's jump and finish on Bitcoin. As you can see, we were into this high time frame consolidation zone, order block, whatever you want to call it. But yesterday already, 2 days ago, we broke and retested 48,700. We broke and retested yesterday this PSA of 49,750, 49,500, 49,750. And today we were coming here after this, making this new consolidation. I was expecting either a deeper pullback up until 50 to 50. As you can see, a risk reward either very low at 49,750 or a bounce of 50 to 50, or even just very little at 51,000. What happened was exactly 50 to 50 BPL, and what happened is that price in the late doing New York, and then doing on New York spiked up very, very strongly. Let's jump on the 1 minute. As you can see here, this was right after the new 4-hour candle. This is for you to know that this range is 100 pips. So look at the movement that we made today. For 500 pips movement coming from these lows. Of course, now it's not, it's very, very messy, but as you can see here, bouncing below 57.50. We dipped and had the high risk reward entries exactly at 52.50. As you can see here on the right hand side, we are exactly at this PSA, just 1 ppl above, 25 pips at 50,500. But after that, we just went bullish. Broke and retested, broke and retest. Not clean as you can see EuroDollar, because of, if you see it on the left hand side, there was this huge PSA to be broken. That's why it caused some rejections. But as you can see, price never broke below. And then in New York, bouncing, continuation up between PPLs, and then after the new 4-hour candle, we had the huge spike, some algo triggered, and we got like 400 pips, 300 pips, just from here, 280, from this first high risk reward entries, almost 500 pips. That's crazy. But after that, of course, as you can see, you had immediately almost as strong correction, we'll say like 50%. Yeah, sort of. But then just again, much slower, with much less volume, but still making his way back into the previous highs and ranging between PPLs. Each line is 50 pips. As you can see, 50 pips. So it's very, very volatile as a pair, not as easy to trade as the regular currencies. But this was actually expected, not this move, of course, but the buys above this level, as I showed you here in the analysis of the morning. Break and retest, break and retest. What was the level? 52,750. Some PSA. Why don't I have it? I cancelled it. I think I removed it. Yeah, because it was this PSA. There you go. As you can see, this is the level I was expecting some reactions, which is 52,750. Here, exactly, as you can see, why. Now you know why price in the middle of this push reacted exactly here, especially here. So this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Just be aware that tomorrow we have the initial jobless claims, we have some Fed speaker, and Friday we have NFP and unemployment rate. Expecting better, and we can also expect better due to the good news of this ADP. We might also get a revision that is either on the upside or either almost the same, like 260 to 15, and get like if it is over 500, if it is 700, okay, of course it will be a much it will be dollar spiking to the roof, and of course gold spiking down, and I'm expecting also Bitcoin to jump down with a good NFP. But this is it for today. See you guys next time.